Hello guys, my name is PHX. Thank you for stopping by the channel. I really appreciate it. In today's video, we are going to be going over a post that was released by the devs regarding the seasonal content model and what to expect from Once Human. So there's a lot of information that we need to get down to, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So let's go over the Twitter post that they released. It says, new content coming soon. Get ready to embark on thrilling adventures with a variety of paths to choose from. Every exploration you make on this continent will leave an indelible mark. Check out the image below to discover all the juicy details about the upcoming seasonal content. So now this brings us into more of what they added to the Twitter post. It says, Dear Metas, as always at Starry Studio, we are dedicated to providing you with the most exhilarating gaming experience possible. We have been closely monitoring your feedback, and we understand that many of you in the community have expressed concerns regarding the seasons and seasonal content in our game. In this post, we will address the highly anticipated season feature and provide a detailed explanation of why we are introducing this mechanic and how it will work. Seasons and seasonal content. In Once Human, every season introduces a fresh journey where you start a new experience and exclusive seasonal content within a fixed time frame. The content will vary from season to season, presenting new stories, events, and mechanics. Each season brings forth a unique set of objectives, whether it involves resisting the invasion of otherworldly entities or seizing control of the core region. In the pursuit of these goals, you will explore different maps, experiment with various gear and character builds, and encounter new enemies. The best part is you have the freedom to pick from a variety of season scenarios and decide how you want to progress through them. By offering an array of seasons and adding changes to the same season, Once Human makes sure that your every seasonal journey is one of a kind. Continuing on, why seasons? Once Human strives to bring you a fair, balanced, and stress-free gaming experience. That is why seasons are introduced. With seasons, you have the freedom to enjoy the content of your choice and dive into the game at your own pace. Free to choose. When a season ends, you can either replay the same season or sign up for a different season. Whether you're seeking the satisfaction of surpassing your previous accomplishments or craving the exhilaration of a brand new adventure, the power is in your hands. No stress, more in every season. Everyone starts on an equal footing, which gives new players a chance to catch up while offering veterans a fresh challenge. This means the game will be more inclusive, enabling you and friends to play together, even if you join the game at different times. Moving on, number 3, how does the season mechanic work in Once Human? Season stages. In Once Human, a season is subdivided into different stages, each offering unique gameplay features and challenges. By completing stage tasks together, players can earn generous rewards. As the season progresses, more regions of gameplay content will be unlocked, allowing players to access to the full storyline and culminating in a final battle that will envelop the entire game world. Players emerging from the fray will then enter the season's settlement phase. During the settlement phase, players are free to continue exploring the open world and completing any remaining season challenges, exploring strongholds, huff for riddle spots across the map, or simply sit back and relax with friends. When they are ready, players can choose to sign up for a new season and embark upon their next journey. In Once Human, players are free to choose your own gameplay scenario and corresponding server, tailoring your gameplay experience. Content inheritance. After completing a season, metahumans can bring the resources and blueprints they have accumulated with them when they sign up to a new season. In-game tokens, weapon and gear blueprints, mods, skin, building blueprints, titles, in-game friends, etc. will all be inherited directly. Other more basic inventory resources such as materials, components, medicines, ammo, gear, etc. will be transferred to the Eternaland depot. Before the next season begins, players can decide which resources they want to bring with them as they embark upon their new journey. Think strategically about which resources will give you the biggest advantage. Number 4, what is Eternaland? Eternaland is a player's permanent personal mini-world and serves as a stopover for players transferring to a new season. Metahumans can step into Eternaland and adjust their mini-world at any time. Eternaland is a place where items can be permanently stored, resources accumulated when playing through storyline, rare collectibles to gathered in different worlds or unique building structures all can be stored safely in Eternaland. In Eternaland, buildings no longer have any upper limits or range restrictions. Metahumans are free to let their imaginations run wild and create dazzling building structures unfettered by the normal gameplay restrictions. A zoo, an amusement park, or a museum, the sky's the limit. Players are also able to customize the gameplay rules and invite their friends to step into their Eternaland and experience their creations firsthand. Eternaland is currently still in development. We will provide a more detailed rundown of Eternaland in due course on our dev blog. Lastly, number 5, season scenario options. Besides the season, the Prime War, the development team has been working hard on a range of new season scenarios and will unveil them as soon as they are ready. Watch this space. Season scenarios currently in development include the Silver Gate, a PvP scenario accessed via Stronghold Conquest, and also a faction confrontation scenario where players can choose an NPC faction and step into the snowy and volcanic areas to the north of the main map. Lastly, we want to extend our sincere gratitude for your participation in our second closed beta session. We hope that your time in Nowcut has been filled with joy and excitement, making your journey truly memorable. We are eagerly looking forward to the future and continuing this incredible adventure with you. We warmly invite you to join our official community and share your thoughts with us at any time. Rest assured, we will keep you updated with the latest product information, and exciting activities. So that was a lot of information regarding the seasonal content with Once Human. My impression of it overall is, you want to keep the bar at a reasonable level. If we're talking about keep maintaining a positivity on it, and I'm trying to set the bar high, I think it's absolutely phenomenal the way they want to do the seasonal content model, because if you take a look at what they currently have in just a beta, there's a lot more behind the scenes that we don't know that they've already developed regarding like the way the characters play, the way the gear is, the way the loot chasing is, the aspect of it, the building, the architecture, the quest lines, the story. We don't know how far they actually are into this game. And that goes for the same with the seasonal model, is we don't know just how far into the seasonal model they actually are. They could be, 3 seasons ahead of the live game, and we don't know when the actual first season is going to launch. They could do a month delay and keep it to that point to where, you have the month to grind out your gear, to get your blueprints that you want to get, to make build guides, to fight the bosses, to gather your mods, to kind of gather all of your resources that you need. And then, okay, the season will start in a month from release date. Or they could possibly be confident enough in their ability to be like, okay, live release, season 1 starts, tomorrow, the day after. Or if that's just how they play it, because if you played the beta, if you had access to the beta, you could see that you were kind of already, quote unquote, in a season, doing all of the content that was readily available. You had the Dakini public event available to you. You had the Prime War available to you. And I think that's kind of giving a general idea of like, this is how this game is going to play. Certain areas are going to unlock within a couple weeks or a couple days. I think really the only things that lasted about over a week were the PvP events, the Prime War. I think those lasted for about a week. And then the unlocks lasted maybe 2 to 3 days for the new regions. So it wasn't that bad. I mean, you had enough to do to the point where it's like, okay, I'm going to work on building my settlement. I'm going to work on gathering blueprints. I'm going to work on quests. I'm going to go work on exploring. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of resources in availability that you can do while you're waiting for that downtime. Does it suck that you don't have the actual access to just explore the map and, push it full throttle? Well, yeah, of course it does, because ideally you would want to be able to explore the map and have that capability of just, spending 24, 48 hours, 72 hours of nonstop exploration. You always want to be the first ones to get the new content. You want to be the first ones to get the new gear. It's understandable, but but having them kind of keep a hold on things, I think is probably for the better if they want to push a seasonal content model like this, because you have to understand, given the track history of live service games of companies doing seasonal content models. I mean, you've got the Division seasonal content model with manhunts, and each manhunt lasts about maybe a week to 2 weeks, depending on what the circumstances are. And then that next manhunt, or that next victim of the manhunt starts. You have the Destiny seasonal model, which is weekly story quests, and so there's always going to be that part where something has got to stop you in your tracks before you can actually do anything. But I think with Once Human, they have it almost, they almost hit the nail on the head with how they want to progress with the seasonal model. You know, you got you start off, you're building up your base, your settlement, and you've got a region to explore, get all the gear that you want, get the blueprints that you want, and then start thinking about what's next in store in the next couple of days. What are you going to do next? Are you going to go grind out for the extra blueprints to build your character, or are you going to keep doing your exploration and want to get all of the strongholds completed? And it kind of gives you that availability to be like, okay, you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity to just gather as much resources as I possibly can. Then I'll work on getting the blueprints later, or I'll work on doing all the strongholds and trying to max out my gear and see which gear set is going to be best for me. You have to look at it a way as like this is going to benefit you in some way. But keep your expectations low, because we don't know where they are with the seasons. Like I said, they could be 3 seasons ahead of the live game, and then once season 3 ends, there's 3 more seasons ahead. If they're going to be doing this 6-week seasons, and then the turnaround time, and then you'll have the availability to run the last season if you don't want to run the current season. And so they have all this, they have everything that is probably very capable to the player, to wanting them to log in, do what they have to do, and have those choices. And I like that. I like that you have these choices, and that you're able to conform to them to the way that you want to conform to. You're not conforming to the studio. In some retrospect, you kind of are, because of the locked time gating stuff that they have to do. But at the same time, you still have that availability and that accessibility to essentially play the way you want to play. And I think that's kind of the overall premise is that they're trying to get at, is play how you want to play this game. No one's telling you to play it as a survival game. No one's telling you to play it as, a third-person shooter, or as a looter shooter, or as whatever. You play it the way that you want to play it, the way that you want PvP only. You want to, grind it out with friends. You want to do it solo, do it solo. Like, I think that's kind of like the overall arch of everything is this game was made for you to play it the way you want to play. So we're going to try to conform to as many things as human possibility as they can. So overall, that's my general impression. That's my general thought of what to expect from the season and content model. And again, we're still a few months out from when the actual releases. I think releases Q3 of this year, around summertime. And we have another beta actually coming up in Q2, March, April timeframe. And things are going to change. Like, we don't know what it is that they're going to change in the final beta leading up to live launch, and things can change. But one thing I can say is they're very active in listening to the community and appealing to what we desire. They're not going to be able to appeal to everything, because they have to have standards. They have to have their own ways of being able to conform to what it is that they need to conform to succeed. But at the same time, I think that they're doing the best that they possibly can. Overall, seasonal content model is going to be very interesting to take a look at. I'm very excited, but again, managing expectations, because anything can change, and that's you want to hope for the best, plan for the worst. So other than that, guys, what do you guys think about the seasonal content model in Once Human? They briefly described it through their Discord. They let out this post regarding the seasonal content model, and they already have ideas of what they want to do to kind of expand on the game and the way you play it. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm trying to be as very active as I can in the Once Human Discord. So if you ever see me in there, you have questions, hit me up. I'm always available to chat. But other than that, guys, that's all I have for you. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I hope it was very informative. And I will see you guys in the next Once Human video, whenever that will be. I do have some content, of, boss rating and doing other stuff that I might post up on the channel. If you'd like to see that, I can go ahead and drop that in there too. Just kind of keep this game kind of going because overall, I personally love this game. For some reason, this hooked me, and I'm not one for big survival type games, and this one hooked me really hard. But yeah, other than that, I'm rambling. So thank you very much for stopping by, listening to my words, to my thoughts, and I will catch you guys around in the next video. Take care.